Hey guys, Charlie here, and today we're going to be talking about what the heck is Honkai Star Rail. Now, I had never heard of this game until, what the camera angle? Until one of my Discord members mentioned it to me, and it's an anime type of, whoa, okay now. Jeez Louise. It's got some really cool animation, and it's in the Hoyoverse. A few other games, Genshin Impact and Impact the Third, were also in the Hoyoverse. Now, the story starts off with you aboard the Astral Express, and there are some invaders attacking. And you can see this girl playing the violin amidst all the chaos, which is a funny little oxymoron in itself, but she is just playing while everyone else is running for their lives. There are all these invaders aboard, and they are just trying to get to the safe spot. And you can see that there are some beautiful cutscenes and cinematics in this game. They have really done a great job. The story is pretty good, and the dialogue's all right, but the combat's pretty cool as well. You can see all the types that enemies are weak to above their health and break bar, I believe it's called. And then your characters have a normal attack, which will regenerate you an energy, and they have a special attack which will hit multiple enemies, or a chance to stun or freeze or something similar to that. It's got a lot of mechanics we've seen in similar games before. And you can see in this cutscene here, I just defeated an enemy and he lunges, and right before he gets to me, luckily my friend Silver Wolf is there to protect me. There are all sorts of unlockable characters, all with different paths and different elements, and there are different light cones. There are all sorts of different things. And here you can see in the bottom right the single target attack, the special attack. You can see the enemy's toughness. You can see what they're weak to. And if you're hitting them with enough things that they're weak to, they will break, and that will slow them down amongst other things. And there are different types. You can freeze them or shock them or stun them or impair them. There's a bunch of different things, and there's different teammates you can get. There's people who give you shields, people who will heal you, people who will buff you, people who will debuff the enemy. There's all sorts of different teams and combos you can try to pull off, which is really cool because let's say you got someone who can debuff the enemy and they take more damage, and then you get them with 3 damage dealers and you're just doing all sorts of crazy damage, but do you have enough defense? You saw that person's crazy ultimate there, and there's some cool story here where you're just waking up and trying to get your bearings. Once again, you were knocked out, and here you can see all these friends that you meet along the way and all the fun cinematics and whatnot along the way. It is a great game, and it's free, which is crazy. The quality is like an $80 game, or even better than that, with the type of games coming out nowadays that are full of glitches or bugs for a year after they come out. Anyway, not getting into that right now, but you can see the different combat types, and there's different effects and the different paths and what those lead to, similar to what I was talking about earlier. And there's a world you walk around and you can explore, and you can find different treasures that are hidden depending how off the normal path you go, and you can really find some cool things and explore some really diverse worlds. The first world you land in is full of ice. It's very cool. I'm sure there's a ton to explore. I've barely even scratched the surface of playing this game. And while you're walking around, if you attack somebody with the type they're weak to start the battle, it'll give you a little extra break on their toughness bar, and perhaps even an effect. There's a % chance depending what thing you do, or there's even some people who will give themselves a little boost in damage before the fight. There's all sorts of little techniques you can get that'll help you at the start of battles. And you can see here, once you've dealt enough damage or received enough damage, you build up your ultimate, and then there's a very cool cutscene. There's sometimes a choice between a single target and an AoE attack, AoE of course being area of effect. And you can see here there's little books and things you pick up and then use to level up your characters. So you can choose which character you want to level up, and choose if you want to level them all up equally or just level one up to the max as quick as you can. It's all freedom of choice, which is quite nice. It is such an in-depth, excellent combat system, and you can see here there are traces which you can choose once you have enough materials and you're high enough level to choose to specify that character, whether it's more offense or defense. You can see here light cones, you level them up as well, and they give extra attributes to your character. And much like leveling up your character, you use materials and books you find to level up light cones. So again, you can choose which character is light cone or which path's light cone, and you You can sacrifice other light cones to upgrade them. It's a very cool system. You can see these cutscenes. This robot is coming in, slashing all these enemies to pieces, and that's another new character being introduced, and there's always great cutscenes in between the story. It's never feeling like you're just walking around aimlessly. There's always stuff to do. There's always great story. Man, these camera angles are nuts. This is a gacha game, and there are Star Rail passes that allow you to use warps, and these will give you 10 things total. They can be light cones, they could be new characters, and there are different amount of stars to show how good that new character or light cone are. And people, I'm sure, spend thousands and thousands trying to get the character they want out of those warps, I'm sure, in the 5-star version. And it's a gacha game, and that's how they earn their money, and I ain't mad at it, you know? It's definitely a cool and intriguing system, and it definitely makes you want to keep getting more and more, and the feeling of unlocking a new character that you've been waiting for, or the perfect amount of stars, it's just so rewarding, and it's great, and it's similar to Brawl Boxes. Hey, shout out to that game. But, you know, it is quite enjoyable, and the system, I can see why people get addicted. And here you can see a boss fight, and I'm using my different ultimates and shielding people and trying to use his weaknesses, and the fact that it's simple but also in depth, so it's really not like that complicated. There's just a few different things to keep in mind, but there's so many different options. You know, there's different light cones, there's different characters with different paths and different elemental types, and there's so much complexity, and I can't wait to try out all the different teams and to unlock these new characters with these Star Rail Pass warp pulls. You know, it's just super exciting, and this boss was still in the prologue, and it really taught you so much about the game, and it's so much fun to me, and I definitely got to try out some of their other games. Gonna be trying out Genshin Impact next, that's for sure. Not sure if that'll be the next video or not, but I just gotta keep playing this game. I recommend it to you guys. It's free, so if you don't like it, you can just hit delete. It's very easy. You can see this beautiful cutscene that's going on while I've been talking, and this is still, again, just at the very beginning of the game. This isn't endgame or anything, so there's so much for me to do. I've just scratched the surface, and so much more for me to see and explore and encounter and everything else. And I just can't wait to do it all, see how many planets I go to, see what new people and what, you know, levels I can get to, and what new people I will unlock, and all the new stuff I'll do. And you can see they have the pass with rewards, and they have rewards for Trailblaze level, and they have a bunch of ways to try new characters and get some rewards, and there's daily missions and daily things to do, and you'll get rewards for all of those, and so you can use those rewards for new characters. And there's these calyxes, and you can do them using these tokens to get extra rewards to level your people or light cones up. It's a very in-depth game. You gotta try it out. I love you guys. Have a good day. See ya.